Hi guys, my name is Della, also known as Natural Ghana Girl, and today we're back with another amazing episode of Views from Africa. Today, guys, we have an amazing topic. Today, we're going to be talking about, do you need a lot of money to live in Ghana? What do you guys think? This has kind of been one of them things where, I've been here for a while. Yeah, we've got to do the hands right to add a little bit of emphasis, okay, right? So I've been here for a little while, and I've seen people come and go quite a lot. Some people come, stay for like a year, 2 years, and then they go. One of the main reasons for that is because of finance. Now, we're all here in Ghana. I know you don't live here yet, but you're trying to come. But you put down some foundations, right? You put some foundations down, okay? So do you think that you need to have a lot of money to live here?
From my perspective, I would say no. That's coming directly from London. I would say that it looks, to me, what it looks like is the cost of living in London just looks high. When you come here, to get a boat, it's like basically the equivalent of like £1 for like a 20-minute trip. Whereas in London, that would be at least £15, £20 or something like that. So from my perspective, it looks to me like it's actually really cheap.
I
looks that way.
Yeah, but it's not. Like the same thing, my brother came, right? And he was like, I got into an Uber, right? And it was 19 Cedis. So I just gave the guy 40, and I nearly dropped off my chair. Like, you did what?
He doubled.
What? You been doing that? The next time I hear you do,
If it comes to like 25 Cedis,
you don't live here.
No.
He's a foreigner, guys. What do you expect?
You don't live here. You definitely don't live here. No.
But I guess when you compare the cost while you're living where you're living, it seems like it's cheaper. But when you start earning CDs, or if you do earn CDs, it's not the same. You know what I mean?
Not. You have to, one of the biggest mistakes people make when they move here, right, is converting money. You have to understand the money for what it is. Otherwise, trust me, your money will finish. We'll scatter your money for you and we'll collect it from the floor. Because it's like you can spend £100 here in a day. Easily. You wouldn't spend £100 without knowing what you spend.
Pounds?
And that's different.
You can't spend £100 in a day,
yes,
though.
You can.
£100 is how much in CDs?
1,000 CDs.
And some
You spend 1,000 CDs every day?
Well, I'm talking about in Ghana. Or?
Yeah. You wouldn't.
No. Because I'm on holiday, I will, 100%.
Definitely.
Oh, the Henny, the Henny, guys, the Henny.
Hold on. Kevin's agreeing with me.
You definitely can. And sometimes.
Okay, I'm not saying you can't, but I mean, you really have to try hard to do it.
No, you
No,
can't.
try hard. No. Miscellaneous will take everything. Boom, like that.
Where are you driving to? If your bolt for a 20-minute ride is £1, how are you spending more than 10 or 30 pounds on cars alone?
No.
What are you guys eating?
That's what it is, the food.
No, you eat.
Okay, break it down. Let me hear a 100-pound day right now.
For me, it would just be nightlife. That's what we're taking.
You're doing that every day?
No,
I mean, that's a special occasion.
Because I'm on holiday, for me, it would be holiday stuff. If I'm out, I might buy clothes. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure about the day-to-day stuff, but going out and drinking and eating and all that sort of stuff. That would have been.
No, it's how he said drinking before eating.
Right?
So priority.
He needs to get there first.
I was talking about water.
So what do you spend on a regular day? A party day?
Are you talking about in Ghana?
Yeah, just like a regular day.
You won't spend much because he's here on holiday. And if you got family around, they feed you. So you don't need to.
You got family?
Yeah.
Oh. Did you hear my English accent? You got your family, yeah? Your family, yeah?
So Kevin, what do you think?
You definitely need a lot of money to stay here and be comfortable.
Yeah.
Reason being is everything is super marked up. From rent to transportation to food.
Yeah, shopping.
Everything is marked. Yeah, clothes, even clothes. Everything is marked up.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You definitely need a lot of money
Absolutely.
to survive.
So what is a lot of money though in CDs then?
Comfortable money.
Okay, no, but when you're saying comfortable money, that's just a blanket statement. So how much do you think would just be good for a family of three?
In
One
Ghana
child,
for
2 people.
a year. Let's say for a year.
Oh, just a month. Just say
month?
like a month,
You're
including
definitely
rent.
You probably need like 15 to 20K.
CDs a month.
Yes, fact. Because don't forget, everything is going up from electricity to rent that you're going to pay for the month.
Yeah. You have to think before you put the AC on.
Yeah, you can't
I
have
agree.
fun using your AC because your AC is on for like 2 hours and be like,
And so that
let it cool the room and then you turn
is
it off, right?
that for someone who eats out every day?
Not necessarily. No.
Okay.
So even if you cook, you're still spending 20,000 CDs.
Okay, I probably don't spend as much as that. I don't think so. No, I don't probably spend as much as that. But, I mean, I have 4 children, right? And so we do spend a lot. If I go grocery shopping, I can easily in a week. My budget is like £70 for a week. And
What's that in CDs? Because we're talking about CDs
so
here.
in CDs,
It's like 700
it's like 700 CDs
A week.
in a week.
Okay.
And I sometimes even go over that.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's
say
just
you're
keep
doing
it-
like almost like 4K in CDs a month.
But she does have a lot of kids, though.
Babe,
That's a lot of kids. I get it. And I mean, Della, you're fortunate enough to already have a home that
Yes,
you know.
I don't have to pay rent and stuff
Or
like that.
mortgage.
So yeah, those expenses are out.
Yeah.
But still, there are still things that are expensive. So you have your electricity bill. I have to pay water.
Internet.
There are little luxuries. Internet is crazy
Crazy,
at the
Yeah.
moment. That is like, if I tell you guys how much that I spend on internet, you probably will turn this camera off because it's too much. It's crazy. It's just crazy. I'm not even gonna say it.
I wonder if
it's
it's so. Is it comparable to what we spend in the UK or Canada?
no way. Internet here is way more expensive.
It's
Like,
Yeah.
internet is a luxury here.
It
It's
is,
a
Yeah.
right?
necessity, yeah.
Exactly. Internet here is definitely a luxury. Like, yeah. You can't just take it like that. It's like something special. If you've got internet, it's something special. I know people like you text them, right? And they've switched off their data. And then
what
they
I
turn
do.
it
I
on.
do that. I do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
They turn it
yeah.
on, and then look at the message later, and then turn it back off again.
Right, yeah.
I do that.
One tick and then
Yeah,
You're right. You
yeah.
get the tick and then they're gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I do that. I do
So
that.
to live here is very, very expensive. I mean, what would you say is the biggest expense living here?
Rent.
Rent. Is that because you have to pay so far in advance?
Yeah. So let's say you're gonna get a standard place. You're not gonna get it for 1,000 CDs anymore. You're gonna get from like 2,000, 3,000. Now the landlord is gonna tell you,
That's
okay,
even still good because you're quite in cities.
yeah, and the landlord is gonna tell you, well, he's not gonna rent the place to you for just a year because there are other people that are ready. So yeah, fuck up 2-year rent, and you need to go and find that money. That's why I'm saying like you end up going to pay like 20K or 18K in rent alone. And you rent the place and you realize that there's so many things you even need to do to the house. The windows are messed up,
That's
the
happened
roof
to me.
is
I've seen that.
expensive.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
expensive, yo.
And I think the way that things are rising here as well, it's rising so quickly, it's really hard to get your head around. Like if you don't have multiple streams of income here, it just makes it so tough. I remember when we first rented our first place here, we were paying 1,500 cedis a month, right?
Wow.
And people were like, why are you paying so much money, eh? You can't live that lifestyle here in Ghana. It's too much. Yeah, they're like, it's too much.
How long ago was that?
Something like 500 to 700 cities. It's better.
Do you know you're gonna
Wow.
live 500 to
500
700?
CDs.
Yeah, very well, I've been here 8 years, right? That's how it was back then, and they were like, "That's expensive." If you find a place now for 1,005, my gosh, it must be a gem.
A challenge.
Because
Wow.
you can't.
Miracle.
You
definitely
can't.
can't.
So would you recommend anyone getting like a place that cheap and just doing it up themselves if they have the extra cash?
Even if you did get a cheap place
Uh-huh.
and you fix up the place, right? Just remember, still your money going into fixing up the
But
place.
you're talking about fixing up a rental or
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say it's a rental. It's 1,000 CDs a month, but it's a nice location. The space is cool, and you just fix like the
Okay, so
toilet
you
and the
fix it,
shower.
right?
but it's
Okay.
not up to the
The,
landlord, no?
yeah, the landlord is
Oh,
supposed to do that.
You haven't lived here.
It's
Okay,
up to the
alright.
who?
It's
It's up to the who?
He's talking from a place of ignorance.
That's,
No,
that's so
don't worry.
cute.
Next
Bless
year,
him.
You realize how silly it was when
Okay,
you just said
alright.
on camera.
But why not? So you're gonna pay all this money to fix up the place,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then you pay the rental.
And then after 2 years,
they'll kick you out.
landlord is going to tell you, yo,
I would do
I don't-
that though, because if you, okay, it's either you get a ready-made place for 4,000 CDs a month, or you get a semi-messed up place for 1,000 CDs a month. So you're saving 3,000 CDs a month. So would you spend 6,000 CDs to clean it up?
Oh, yeah, cool,
It
yeah.
depends.
Makes
No,
sense.
it
You-
depends
Makes
what
sense,
it
yeah.
is as
you
well.
are definitely not going to spend 6,000 fixing.
Okay,
You're gonna
even if you
spend more.
spend, even if you spend 10.
Honestly, when you move into a place, you never know what's wrong with it until you have literally test-driven the house.
Yeah.
Because the first house we went into, I'm telling you, right, one of the toilets, we did not know. It was just like, there was some smell coming out from
Yeah.
it. And we didn't know that until we moved in. So that door, it was a 4-bedroom, that door always had to be closed.
Wow.
Because it was so bad. And that's something you could not have known before we moved in and paid up front all that rent.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you paid up front as well, so you can't even.
Right, exactly. But let me just say something. In terms of paying rent up front, sometimes it can also benefit you because when you pay a lump sum up front, right, it means now you're held at that price for 2 years.
Yeah.
If you had paid 1 year, guaranteed by the time you go to pay for the next year,
Things
the
Right.
go
price
up.
would have gone up.
Yeah.
So it has its benefits in
Yeah.
some places, but you shouldn't be doing 2 years.
True.
Still, you know?
But the funny thing about rent in Accra too is after you've paid, let's say, 2 years, you're in for a surprise, especially in June. Because once the rents come in,
right.
everything that you paid for rent, you go to where you come over, you see your TV, suspended
Oh,
in
wow.
water like that.
Oh, hell no.
Well, it happens. It happens. It happens.
Yeah, you have
Wow.
to. The best time to rent a place definitely is in raining season, because then
Yeah.
you,
Then you
Then
see
you
the
know.
truth,
Yeah.
right?
right? Exactly. So yeah. So I feel like a lot of people that come here and end up returning is because they haven't counted the cost of certain things. They do what basically you were saying, where they convert the money, and so they feel like it's not cheap. It's only £300 a month for rent, but actually, by the time you put all your living expenses in, it's really expensive. And don't forget, if you've got children's school as well,
True.
school fees, man.
Yeah.
School fees, Charlie, it's
Do
crazy.
you pay school fees?
Yeah.
How much do you owe your school fees?
For my son, I paid 4,000 for 3 months or 3.5 months.
That's better than what I've heard around, no?
Really?
Some of these international, you
Oh yeah, I know one in airport that goes for like almost 10,000.
see.
CDs.
Yeah.
Okay.
All they do is play a lot, but that's fine.
Yeah, if it were me, my kids were here and I would actually homeschool. I mean, if you're able to like adjust,
Yeah.
because I mean, the expenses of sending your kid to a school, and people want to send their kids to schools that they're used to, that accustomed
Yeah.
like American style, UK style.
Yeah.
So that's even more expensive. So to me, I mean, if you can tough it out, I would homeschool.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I mean, I homeschool my children. Well, not me personally anymore. I have a tutor that comes in.
Yeah.
But it just helps so much. And when you think about the expense, because my children have also been to a school here, there are so many hidden expenses as well after you've just signed them up to just enter the school.
Right.
We're talking about extracurricular activities, books, things like that you think would be standard,
Right.
you actually have to pay for. So you buy their books, you buy their pens, you buy all
Uniforms.
these, it comes to a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so if you want to support your same lifestyle that you have abroad here, ain't gonna happen. You're gonna go pack that bag and you're leaving. Like,
Yeah.
Ghana's for hustlers. I can even say that it's for hustlers. People that are ready to be like, no, you know what? I need to make sure that I'm making enough money to
Yeah.
stay here. Or you know what? I'm gonna live this kind of way until I can afford to live the way that I want
But
to.
I guess it's affordable when you're working from home, like you're making UK money. Maybe you have like, you know,
Yeah.
a work from home
That's what I was
job.
thinking, yeah.
So
if you're earning that.
if you're earning your regular
Wage,
income,
then
you're
it's
you
cheaper,
are rich here though.
You are, but still, your money still goes really fast. It still does go.
I don't think you'll spend more than what you would spend living in the UK, living here.
Yeah, because UK.
If you're
If you're talking about
making
utilities, fine.
open the door and you just go, and that's
UK,
to breathe the air, you know.
UK McDonald's is like 4 times the amount than Canada.
Really?
Yes, it is. Okay, so in Canada, let's say like a Happy Meal is $10, 10 Canadian dollars.
How much is that in CDs?
In the UK, in CDs, that's about
60
500 CDs around.
No,
No, 50 CDs. That's about 50
yeah,
CDs.
okay.
The McDonald's in the UK is actually 10 pounds.
Yeah, by the time you- by the time-
okay,
by the time
okay,
you
I
finish
get
your meal,
that,
You're
yeah.
looking at about 8. By the time you
that
actually
how much
finish
it
your
is
meal,
now?
about
So it's the same amount in Canadian, but in pounds. So when they go to Nando's, or whatever the hell they eat, when you
But
get to
no,
Nan's,
but I think maybe because of VAT. Is that why?
That?
Is there VAT on
Is that
food?
why?
I can't remember.
there is, yeah. Hot
Is
food,
that
yeah,
a
if you're eating
tax?
out, yeah, there is,
Yeah.
yeah. If you eat out, there is, yeah.
Yeah.
that's what makes it more expensive.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
50%, yeah.
there's no Nando's in Canada.
Not really, no.
Oh,
Really?
No.
Oh, you guys
We-
are
we
such
they're
a-
missing out.
No, actually, I had it there and they're not that good. So I don't really get it.
Here comes the accent. Oh my
You know,
god.
it's natural to me, really.
Yeah.
good.
So what do you guys think is the biggest mistake people make moving here?
Trying to maintain their American lifestyle and not America.
I would say assuming that everything is cheap. Whereas if you're earning cedis and then spending cedis, the cost of living is actually quite high. Whereas I guess if you're coming from like a London wage, and then obviously the rent is lower here, everything's lower here, then that probably would be okay. But it would be hard to keep a London wage
Yeah.
while living here.
Unless you work online. or
Unless you work
something.
online, yeah. I guess if you work online, then
What
You can make it happen.
For me, I can't say much because I'm Ghanaian.
You're
I'm
Ghanaian.
raised here.
We're not discriminating.
Yeah, so I wouldn't know so much when it comes to that. But the only thing that helps me out is I don't pay rent because I own my place.
Oh, really?
So that's
How many bedrooms you guys want to move
3.
in?
Yeah, that's it.
Right?
How many empty?
Right?
I'll be there next year. Yeah.
So I don't pay rent. I own the place, but I know what it's like to pay rent
Yeah.
because I was doing that before. And
Is that because you were busy building at the time?
No, because I didn't have my own place. I didn't, so.
Did you build or you bought?
Bought
Oh, okay.
and acquired.
Bought and
okay.
Bought and acquired.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
See.
So,
Nice.
anyways.
Yeah. So I guess it comes down to if you're making CDs or dollars.
Absolutely.
But that's what it boils down to, I think.
I think if you can make an income from abroad, then you definitely should in some way if you want to sustain a good life here. But equally, if you can only do Cedis, then you definitely need to have multiple things happening at once.
Right.
I think that Ghana definitely forces you to become entrepreneurial, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You have to find something to do because here, but there's no system to fall back on to say, well, if I'm not earning anything, I can go to the government. There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So you need to have some safety nets in place.
Yeah.
And for the people that I've seen come and go, they haven't had any safety nets. And so
No health
So when the
insurance,
money's gone,
nothing.
they're gone.
Right? Yeah.
right, because the money starts to deplete. I'm telling you. Because remember as well, Ghana's one of them places where it's hot and it's fun here. You get people coming and going, friends coming to Ghana.
Yeah.
And when they come, they force you to spend as well, right?
Yeah.
I sometimes avoid my friends when they come because I'm like, I can't keep up with the lifestyle, mate. I ain't going. They're like, yeah, we're just going to Movenpick and we're just gonna go and have a few drinks in it. I'm like, let me know when you finish. I'll meet you somewhere else at the next stop.
Them drinks add up.
I know what my lifestyle is. I know what I can afford and what I can't.
Right.
And I'm not going to pretend to say, I can do that same thing. And a lot of people want to do that.
Yeah.
So when their friends come into town, they're like, yeah, let's go here. And before you know it, your money did chop
Yeah,
finish.
because when you say stuff like that as well, like Movenpick, stuff like that, some of the prices that you pay for drink or food or something like that are actually more expensive than central London. Like.
Yeah.
What?
Right. Yeah.
Thing,
Because it's where you're getting the food.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's not a hotel, so-
Central London. No, but Central London.
Yeah, because some of the drinks you're looking at, I see a cocktail for like 120.
Huh?
Yeah, and I was like, in
What is it,
London,
bottomless?
yeah.
Like some
Yeah.
bottomless cocktail.
And
What?
yeah, you see some of
Damn.
these prices and you're like, whoa, like, the markup is unreal because obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to add what you're saying, that gets to me because like sometimes you go to these fancy restaurants and you see this fancy name and then you're paying this much for it and you're expecting to get like some 5-star, maybe 4.
But it's the same thing as the local restaurant.
And you don't
There's
get as
some
much. in the
subpart
food.
and you're paying this much.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Less alcohol, less juice, more ice.
Exactly. So tell me, what's the most expensive you've ever paid for, say, like a Fanta in Ghana?
Oh, maybe like 10 CDs. But that's common now because of the
just a
dollar.
bottle
So
of
it's hard
Fanta.
to say. Because a Fanta, 10 CDs used to be 2 Canadian bucks. Right now, 10 CDs is like $1.10 Canadian. So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're not converting, 10 CDs is a lot for.
That's the most you pay for something? Like a drink? Or
No, well,
Yeah,
a can of Fanta.
Yeah, for like a bottle. You know the glass 1 CD pack
Yeah.
bottles.
Yeah.
1 CD.
Yeah.
When was that?
No, they have them, right? The
One CD.
1 CD pack bottles.
Those are the ones you get from like the small shops.
Yeah,
The small side
yeah,
shops.
that side,
Yeah.
that kind of glass bottle.
okay.
You know the glass bottle Fantas.
Yeah.
Those ones.
For me, because I'm Ghanaian, I've been in the game. I understand.
You ain't paying that.
Yeah.
He ain't paying.
I unintentionally or intentionally check for those things. So when I go somewhere and it's like I'm meeting somebody for something and I look at the menu in my head, I'm like, Charlie, I'm not doing this. But if it's something that's reasonable, I'll pay for it. Maybe like a 10 or a 20 because,
20, you pay 20 for a
Yeah,
Fanta?
maybe not Fanta. I'll pay a 10 for Coke. But like when you go somewhere, you see something fancy and you feel like this wouldn't hurt me, I'll pay for it. Because they're going to give me a glass with some green and blue juice. Like, I don't do
Okay,
this
so
at
when you're talking about cocktail, I'm talking about the bog standard Fanta.
No. I'll drink water.
What about you, Zach?
So I don't really like buy fizzy drinks too much, but I can compare it to like coffee. I brought a coffee the other day. I think it came to like 60 cities, which is
What?
it's like £6. That's double the price you pay in the UK.
Where did you get that from?
Where
Was it
from?
Vida? Was it Vida Cafe?
No, it wasn't there. I can't remember the place.
60
Good
cities.
Baker?
But yeah, it was
Like
yeah, it was
60 or 16?
No, 60. Yeah.
They probably did use
Was it a
alkaline
fancy
water.
spot?
Hold on.
Was it fancy?
How big is this at least? Was it like this size?
Yeah, it was like, I would say, just a normal size, normal size. So I was confused. They made it and everything, and I paid, and I was like, 60? I was like, what? And I was doing the maths in my head, and I'm thinking, at first I was thinking, because sometimes you compare, I was thinking, 60p? I was like, alright, that's cheap.
60p?
And then I compared it, and I was like, nah, that's cheap. I was like, no,
That's all wrong.
Yo, Ghana is crazy. Ghana is crazy with the price.
So what's 60 CDs in pounds?
£6.
£6.
Yeah, whereas normally, in the UK, if you want to get coffee, it's about £3, £2.
Oh, okay. So is coffee something that's expensive in Ghana? Is it a particular item? Is that why? Is it foreign? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, I don't think.
Because I was thinking maybe the importing, because that's the other thing. You want to have your American lifestyle, which means you're having imported goods.
Come on, 60 cities. That's just absurd.
It was.
So you're paying that much for like an acquired taste.
Right?
You know, if that happened to me, right? I'm telling you, I'm not drinking anything for the rest of the day. That's
That's what I did. I drank it slowly, innit?
I'm not buying anything today, but now I'm upset. So now I'm not buying nothing today.
I got home, put it in the fridge, and I had
coffee
and ice.
I keep adding in water. But enough water. Add some water to it, right? Make it last. Stretch it. Absolutely.
Accra.
So I think we can all agree that Ghana is expensive.
Yes.
And that we need to have something going on.
I don't fully agree. I think that if you keep an eye on your budget and if you cook at home, to me, what my thing was eating out. That was killing me. Like buying a bag of rice. How much is a bag of rice? Like 100 CDs?
I need to call my wife.
Less than that. You buy a bag of rice, that can last you a good 3-4 weeks. And when you go
For how
out,
many people?
maybe like 3 people. What do you say? Because you have 4 kids. So how long does a bag of rice last you?
A month, maybe.
A month. And it's what, less than 100 CDs? I'm saying it's the eating out that is what's killing people. And that's socializing. As you said, friends come to town, let's go somewhere to eat. You have breakfast, lunch, and dinner all at a restaurant. So definitely. But if you're living an average, normal lifestyle where you go out every 2 weeks, maybe have some drinks, I think you can manage your expenses.
Okay, so just to sum up, or well, not to sum up, just final thing, right? How much do you think a family of, say, mum, dad, 1 child would need for a month?
Okay, for rent, I could say...
For their whole budget, including rent.
Okay, so...
no, without rent.
Without rent, okay.
Yeah, without rent. It's easier that way.
Maybe like 400 CDs a week on groceries. What do you think? For 3 people? Because you do 7 and you have 4 kids. And plus you, that's 5 people. So 3 people, maybe 400 CDs a week? What's 4 times 4? That's 1,600 CDs a month?
Have you included transportation?
She's talking about just shopping, but I
Just
think,
shopping.
Okay, so transportation.
so roughly for like a month, what do you think would be a healthy budget to have?
Damn, we need to take a break so you get my...
You need to bust out the calculator.
Math in my head. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What would you? I mean, it might be hard for you to say.
It's hard to say, but I think if you bought groceries, even from the market, imagine you just bought food from the market and just did everything cheap. You could definitely live cheaply, but this is just me guessing off the top of my head. I would say you could probably, is it a family of 3?
Yeah.
So a family of 3, I'd say 300 a month, 400 a month, which is what?
Pounds.
Yeah, so
That's
4,000,
3K.
4,000, yeah. 3, 4,
I was going to say the same. 3K, 4K.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like 7.
Well, you said
700
you said
But for a month, we're talking
20,000.
about a
Yeah.
week. Yeah, because I said 20K because I included rent for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you
But you
take 2 years rent. So if you take out rent out of the month, isn't that like 4,000 CDs?
Yeah, 3,000, 4,000.
So that's
Okay.
16,000 of eating.
Well, I personally think if you want to be like comfortable, I think 7,000 cities is probably,
A month.
Yeah.
Fact, because little trips here and there, the restaurant.
What I say goes. So that's it.
I say it's cheaper because when I was living in Toronto, my mortgage was like $2,000 a month. Plus I had water, electric, and internet. So my monthly expenses was a little less than 4,000 Canadian dollars a month. That's 4,000. So 4,000 Canadian is like 20,000 CDs, and that was just like rent and living expenses. I didn't even eat. I didn't even eat yet. I didn't drive my car yet. I didn't pay car insurance. So when you compare it, so anyways, I think it's about money management personally.
Fact.
I don't think it's about that it's more expensive.
Nice.
So it's about money management, I think.
I agree with the money
I'd
management
agree with
aspect
that.
there. I agree with that. Ghana is.
I think people just let the idea when they do the conversion, as you
Yeah.
said, they run away with that.
Yeah,
Like
and
heavy.
that's it. Yeah.
That's
they
it.
convert everything.
And then they just keep going.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Well, that is the end, guys.
Yes.
Are we all satisfied that we've had our say? Yeah? Good. Because that's the end. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. Let me know in the comments what you think. How much do you think you could comfortably live in Ghana for in cities? How much do you think you would need? Do you think that Ghana is expensive to live? Could you make it here? Let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear. Let's keep talking. Until next time, guys, I'm out. Hit subscribe and the notification bell. Until next time.